Hey fellow agents, this is Agent Smith, and as you can see, we are getting ready to go into Call of Cthulhu. So, yeah, I got this game a little while ago, and I seen it was coming out. I'm a big fan of Call of Cthulhu games, man. I played a few Dark Corners of the Earth, Shadow of the Comet. I think there's another one in between Shadow of the Comet. Like after that, they had like 2 or 3 that were that style. But either way, this one is apparently based off of the role-playing game, and in its design and style. And so hopefully I'll be able to kill the file that I started, because I had started my own thing for this to test out the game, make sure it runs and everything, and it has a good style to it, or that it functions well. So looks like we're good with all of that. Let us go ahead and jump right in. Oh, let me delete this file and jump right in. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor, sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. So that's our premise. Now, I don't know how crazy this game gets, or if it gets like, I mean, I know it should be, because we're talking about Cthulhu shit, so this thing should fuck with our minds and that kind of stuff. I swear if they did this right, it would be like something, it would be like Eternal Darkness that came out on the GameCube back in the day, where they actually fucked with your game just to mess with your mind. That was awesome. Anyhow, unfortunately, this game does have some fairly decent length load sequences, so I'll ramble with you and read these different segments. I am a reader and a knowledge person. I know that this is going to be some mystery, because they tend to be very lore-driven Cthulhu games. So, it's Cthulhu is based on H.P. Lovecraft's ideas and books. So, if I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who, in his callousness, can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Howard Philip, I think it was, I would say Howard is the right name. Howard Philip Lovecraft was a Bostonian or a New Englander, essentially, that has made a ton of horror novels back in the day. I want to say early 1900s, late 1800s, that were just unimaginable horror. It's always interesting to see how movies and video games represent stuff, because his stuff is literally put together as indescribable, listed as indescribable horrors. So anyhow, we'll go ahead and check this out and start going through this series, because I've been wanting to do this one, and like I said, I like some scary games. I know we're out of season for it, but you know what? In America, when it comes to movies, horror is biggest in January. It's like horror movie Halloween time. What the hell, dude? There's just nothing but sharks and madness down here. Crouch to go in there. I'm obviously not going this way. It gets you started off right off the bat. Craziness. This game is gonna be so freaking dark to see anything happening. Let's see, I gotta find a way to cut through all of these. Counter darkness. You may light up some items in order to interact with them. Okay, so that can be lit. Pick up objects with A. A hurricane lamp. Now, I do believe there's a ton of informationals that can come from all this, but it doesn't look like they've given me that option yet. I can put it away though with Y. Nope. The fuck is that? I thought that was an island. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and light this light up like they were saying. Oh, we can see now. Okay. I couldn't see what it was. I got bolt cutters. Let's go ahead and cut these chains.
Fate inescapably draws you on.
Talking in rhymes. Damn killer whale.
What a putrid offering.
Yeah, this is putrid. Good lord. Intestines for days.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
They tell me to run, I'm gonna run. I ain't walking.
Behold. Everything has already been written.
Face is like something out of dreams.
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
He fears death. For him to duck like that. Damn. Oh, it is a dream. Okay, that makes sense.
I hate whiskey.
I'll turn that radio off real quick. Click. Consult your diary. Alright, so. I'm going to take a look at all this information. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different now, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Okay. Oh, okay, everything has a slight delay. So we got our skills. Okay, this is going to be like a leveling system they're going to have in here. Strength represents the ability to call your physical power. Improving this skill increases your chance of forcing doors or mechanisms using violence, physical, verbal, during interactive discussions. Eloquence represents the ability to influence those who talk to you by your power of speech. Improving their skill increases your chances to convincing or manipulating during discussion. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in the game. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object of picking locks. Psychology, all of these are mental by the look of it. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Then we also have medicine, which represents the medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Can only be improved. Medical and occult can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Interesting. Oh, okay. So you actually have to find things to increase these. And then occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and expressing your knowledge of the myth. Okay. And then you have your sanity levels. Mental trauma, the nightmares I've been having. My sanity is stable, confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind. You conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, but convictions and your perception, of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. So nightmares. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War where he took part in Meuse Argonne offense. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion. American units have suffered heavy losses from the enemy and Allied artillery fire, forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies. The soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor. That's a way to get killed. To ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Yeah, because you're in a freaking torpor, as he was stating. A great way to fucking die. Alright, let me see. Darkwater knowledge, inhabitants, places, and occult. Pierce's investigation agency, my private detective agency, contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles, but this place is mine for the moment. Okay. We have no clues because we have no case and an inventory. One Lost Battalion lighter. My old lighter that engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men lost of the Lost Battalion who fell. 1918. Oh, you can actually go in and look at it more. Cool. Little 3D renders of things. Alright, so that clears all that stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look around at all this stuff in here.
I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmare, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off. I am not going to pick that phone up until I take a look around at everything.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Oh, that's fucking folly.
I used to be an avid reader.
Oh, it seems that way.
I used to be an avid reader.
No.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I have business here to attend to.
Yeah, the phone ringing. I'll get to it in a second.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend.
Case closed.
Husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Mr. Pierce.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot, one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. So he tried to fucking burn his own place down for the money.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, by the look of it. I should answer that phone too, but...
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
I'm like, what did they bring me here for? The inventory. Oh, okay. Knowledge. All the knowledge items I have that I've read. Okay, that's cool. So this, that opened... Okay, that's just opening it up as my first time having it. Have a drink. This will affect your sanity, it says. In what way? Positively, I guess. Alright, let's answer this phone so they stop ringing on me.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. Character setup. Awesome. Allocate your character points. Each character point allows you to improve your score of a skill. How much is needed for each one? Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, my occultism is 0, and in a game like this, I'm gonna need to know some fucking occult. And they even stated that I can only upgrade it throughout, through other methods. So let's go ahead and take a point in here. Oh my goodness. 1 to get started. 2. Oh, it's telling me how many I need. 3, 4. There we go. Level 2. 20% on occultism. That'll be a good idea to have. I have minor knowledge and medical skills. And I think... represents investigative talents and skills to analyze crime scenes better, for picking locks and such. Or improve your skills or conversation, spot hiding. I think investigation skills would be fun. I'm at level 3 already for it, but I don't have enough points to actually max that out. Let's see if we can level something up. Psychology or human behavior, good for behavior analysis, or spot hidden. Undiscovered objects will not appear in the game without this. Let's increase eloquence. Convincing, manipulating during conversation. I'll try that one. There we go. So an increase in eloquence and occultism. I'm going with that one. Yes, is my character points, and I'm sure we'll learn more.
This information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
Sure.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
People don't come around often.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Oh, what's with that video delay? Voice and video delay there. Hope that doesn't permeate this game.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector.
I don't know
All
what's
of
with the
Boston.
delays on this thing,
Tell
but
me,
alright.
Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes
That's not a good testament to my
They take me
skills.
for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl. She is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting.
The video sequences seem to be slightly off with the audio, or
Tell
maybe
me
it's just
all
my
the
head.
assumptions that come to mind.
Crazy shit, that looks like
What
something in
am
my
I
dream.
supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Take
A
look at
warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family.
that. They haven't taken
Rather
the time
thin.
to do the back and front. Very flat book. A shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report, it says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist that Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? And a press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Okay. And it says I have stuff in my diary for it. Clues. Yep, okay, that's all the stuff I have right now. Yeah, there we go. And the case I have now is actually here. There we go. The Pierce investigated the doctor. A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He's convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office and he wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents that he compiled in order to know more about the case. See this? My investigation skills.
On the man's chest. It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Let's see. Unlocked answer. Huh. You shouldn't take this painting lightly. Oh, God, I got all these choices. Where did Sarah Hawkins live?
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't take this painting lightly, but I read about her mental fragility in the police report.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Okay. Investigation professional-wise, I've unlocked one. You shouldn't take this painting lightly.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Something's not right with this story.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Tell me about the warehouse.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay.
The sender's label mentions...
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
That is
Interesting that that's bracketed. I don't know why it's still lit. Everything else is darkened because I've said it, but this one is not so much. I wonder what that's about. That's all the information I need.
think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like
Something's
I have
queer.
a choice.
Strange, huh?
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
I got a piece of new information on here. Let's see. Strange pictures. Webster wants me to say all that remains is to leave for Darkwater. I'll certainly find something in Darkwater in my bookcase, which I'm going to take a look at in a second. I also got another clue, which is this painting. The painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks it is linked to the death of his daughter. Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, get information about each of the people. Let's go to the occult real quick. Art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others. Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. It's an extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Like we're reading it after the fact. We have a few inhabitants to give the breakdown of some of the characters that have been introduced here. Might as well go through them. Stephen Webster's a businessman, a wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area, and Stephen Webster came to me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man attempts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He's ready to do anything to prove that his daughter is not mad. Charles Hawkins is deceased as a ship owner. He was a local celebrity in Darkwater. The heir of a ship owner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. It would be technically Sarah Webster, but either way. They fell in love and got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. Sarah Webster, or Hawkins née Webster would be the right naming, is a painter, 33. Just looking at the year difference, 8 years apart. Sarah Hawkins is a painter known for the tortured artistic universe. She is worshipped for the strangeness of her work and rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on an island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continues to seek the truth. And they also have a son, as 11, who also died in the fire. All three are deceased. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, who died in the fire that claimed his family. I think that's everything I've got. We got to find this book. It should be on my bookshelves.
I used to be an avid reader.
No, that's not what I want. Be in this one? Yeah, there it is.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it.
That literally says what it
According to
says
this
there. That's
book,
cool.
It was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century.
Atlas of Atlantic
It seems to have been
Island.
shunned since then.
I like that says that on there. The same thing it says on the page. Darkwater has been inhabited since the 14th century and still rich with many memories left of this lost tribe. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. The gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take...
After I take a drink. Alright, let's go see. There's nothing else left behind. There's another just drinks all over the place. Jesus, dude. Alright, let's head on. 1 CP. Pierce took the Hawkins case, going into Chapter 2 already at Darkwater Port. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting on the shipping label and a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigations. So as you can see, this is going to be more of a, I mean, it's a first person. I don't know how much shooter it'll be, but it's definitely an investigatory game. But that's the style that they do. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy shit that happens in Cthulhu, in Lovecraftian's Cthulhu universe. There's a world of old gods and other stuff like that. I'm actually happy that this is not going to be like Dark Corners of the Earth has them going to, oh Oh god, I could never think of all the names of these towns that he writes about, but it's a town of people who basically look like fish people, and I actually have that game as well, which would be fun to do at some point or another, but never actually completed it. These games are usually difficult for me to get through. This one, hopefully being a newer game, is going to be a whole lot easier, because games these days are a joke in their complexity, but or difficulty, but either way, we get to go in and experience this new island and this new story idea. Like I said, from the company Chaosium that makes the board games and role-playing books and stuff for this. This seems to be set as close to playing a role-playing game as you would if you were to do it yourself on here, so should be interesting to see how they pull this off. The quality on this game feels like something from a PC game of the mid-2000s. I find that amusing. Focus Home Interactive presents. We're just not getting to the credits. Oh my goodness. As a 30-minute introduction, people, if you read everything. Sweet Lord. A game by Cyanide Studios. I fully expect I'll have like no one watch me on this series, honestly. This one's for me, people. This one's for me. Like most games I do. I always tell you, play what you like. Play the games that interest you, and the people who like your stuff will come and see.
We're almost there.
See, he's no fish man, so we're fuck me. I gotta look it up. What is the hell is these names of these things? I gotta pull up a freaking Cthulhuan guide to remember all the freaking details of this stuff. Oh, let's see. Cthulhu. Dark Corners. I can see where that was set, because that name will pop right for me. Bring up the wiki page. So that one was done by 2K back in the day with Ubisoft. Actually did a decent game back in 2005. Only looks slightly worse than this one. Or this one looks slightly better. Innsmouth, that's the one. That game is very specifically Dark Corners of the Earth is very specifically based on shadows, the shadow over Innsmouth.
Stay on board.
Places like Arkham Asylum, that's an H.P. Lovecraft location. In the town of Arkham, and Dunwich, and Innsmouth. And Innsmouth is known for having a bunch of people who worship Cthulhu, Deep Ones, I think they're called. So when they do these stories of port towns like this, I'm always expecting Deep Ones to show up. Welcome to Darkwater. That was a shitty TV series for you. Huh? Speak up, Ben. You're like...
And his wife, Sarah.
Turn your head when you're talking to me, at least.
Nice young woman and a great painter. What
The hell?
You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale.
Okay.
What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you.
Definitely Bostonian.
Find me at the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you
Park
here,
my car in Boston
I have
Yard.
a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood.
Alright, so take a look at your place and take a look at the bar. What he's recommending. Consult my diary. Alright. Excuse me. So, Darkwater Docks, October 25th, 1924. In the... How many days was that from the last one? 4 or 5 days for me to get there? Good lord. Time to get a boat. On the approach of Darkwater, I saw a thick cloud masking the sky. They were so low they seemed intent on impaling themselves on the sharp reefs that circle the island. Fitzroy, the captain of the only tub that manages to float to the mainland, offered to help me. He may have documents that belong to Charles Hawkins. Fitzroy advised me to visit the port's bar. He mentioned a little pick-me-up. I suppose I could get the lay of the land at the same time. Fishermen have gathered around the carcass of a killer whale, and I could have a look and see what the local cops have got to tell me. Captain Fitzroy offered to share with me what he has found on the Hawkins in the archives of the Harbor Master's office. Okay. We have a point that we can actually spend, so we can start building up different things on here. We just have to put the points into them. Investigatory skills. I think I did eloquence already. Spot finding would be good. 2 points needed for the next one. You know what? With that, let's put our points into that so we can get close to spot hidden for finding objects a little easier. We're 1 point away from upgrading. We'll take that. Darkwater. Places. I was like, why is it locked? Okay. The island of Darkwater. It should seem that the world is forgotten. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post here in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Of course it's got a freaking asylum. These places always do, I tell you. Darkwater Port. At the entrance to the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there. It's gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and the mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Okay. And we got some more knowledge. That's just from my book. Talk to Fitzroy, and we gotta go to the bar and talk to Bradley. I'm gonna go out and check over these people here.
Let the police do their work.
Sweet Jesus.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
Yeah, if I had better medical skills, I might have an idea.
Water, you shysters, you're crazy.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Bradley. This is the Bradley. Okay. These sailors are getting upset. Totally out of your depth. Do you know anything about a Warehouse 36?
I'm looking for this address.
Why I'm talking
Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important.
Crouching on your
I
business.
can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
Not a problem. I kind of wanted to talk to you a little bit more, please.
You can see that I'm busy, can't
I guess
you?
I'm... Okay. Fine.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters, you're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid.
Well, let's take a look into... man, this place is creepy. Look at that house up there, too. I bet that's what I'm going to be doing. Keep the creep factor. What's going on down here?
Wanted to stir us up.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick
There's
up
nothing
the
for
piece.
you here either.
Come on, you
Beat
bastard.
it.
Either.
You'll see
You been
what
watching me?
has got in his belly.
Alright. Damn, dude. A lot of fucking people just hiding in the rafters here.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
5 years after, or 6 years later, though. 5 years later. Let's check out this bar he recommended we go to. I look like Keanu Reeves, man. Does this guy not look like John Wick, 1924 edition? For real, bro? I don't even know you. I just got here. You gonna talk some shit or spit some shit? Greasy fuck. Oh, man.
Hey,
Yeah. Spill your beer like that. Who are these people here looking like the people I'm actually looking for?
let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve trouble.
Bah. Alright, let's see. Test of eloquence. A test of strength. Or just straight up, I'm sorry. Wasn't me who went looking for it.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing.
Stat.
You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
Alright, alright.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Great. You're not going to be of any use to me, are you? You got no prohibition?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
None of my business.
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'll know, yeah, as I say.
Anything else?
In this town, everyone seems to know who I am. I've just barely got here.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
Okay.
Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more.
Huh.
Anything else?
You only got to tell me so much. Tell me any information about this place? Such as why you called this place Stranded Whale?
Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Tell me about Sarah Hawkins.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
It's not speaking ill if it's true, though.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
True. True that there's...
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in
Were
the
her
papers
paintings
and
like that
said to
before or
ourselves,
after she came here? That's the real question.
who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
That's what she dreams?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I'll do that then. Thank you.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Let's see, about... How much else? Can I get a drink?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want.
Apparently I'm not gotten that
Anything
privilege.
else?
Alright then, thank you.
That'll be all for now.
Apologies, sir. Don't spit at me next time.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
Staff asylum workers. They've got an asylum here. Why is there an asylum everywhere in these games?
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
There's an article in the Chanty of 21st of May, 1847. A miraculous catch. The Scylla, or the Scylla, returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. And by the way, again, a lot of that is all on here. Like, I love how they do that. We'd given up hope. The crew of Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater Port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales. The oh god, I can never say right words. Cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch. Just a second, I got a phone call. For all of the nobody watching me. Take my calls when I can. Anyway, excuse me. Let's see. The brave vessel had on board of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales of the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch. Covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the sides of the ship. The surviving sailors told of a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There's no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. They have a warehouse for rent, and see, that's why I talk about where they literally show in the bottom left corner. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing and workshop or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or you visit him on the docks. It actually states that, but just shortened for me. And a special event of the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of the brave sailors, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invites you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with your friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil. So don't hesitate. So that's what kept this town alive, apparently. We got a little more information on here. The Stranded Whale is a bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived to the island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looked to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. And we have more information on him himself. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar in Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting. If the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. Okay. And a piece of the clues that I've gotten so far.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations.
Why are you? You are scarred and tattooed with crazy shit.
It finds a new reader.
Is he part of that guy over there? Hey guys, partying it up.
Do you like our song?
Sure.
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Into whaling, huh?
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all
Of course.
disappeared.
Duh.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
It's a song you were singing.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That cat saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
And they've continued to survive here off of that. That's starting to feel a little Innsmouthy. We'll see. What is it, even a whale? We assume it's a whale. It's just a catch. They don't even describe it that well.
So long.
Yep, see you guys. Thank you. Until you sing your crazy song, you drunkards. Hello.
What you looking at, stranger?
Two people who look very similar to the people I'm looking for.
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink,
asking a question.
Stranger.
Sorry. Alright, well, everyone's very unfriendly here. Let's go and talk to the captain. As he told us to come up to his offices, I'm assuming are up here. The harbor master's office.
Broken.
Oh.
This place seems half abandoned.
So.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
I will, thank you.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? And Fitzroy's gone. Out on the dock, probably. Let's go through all this shit, then.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Cat. What else we have? I'll talk to him in a minute after I go through everything.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Huh.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Learning of Medicine, Volume Number 2. This is the second volume, teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Can I read it to learn stuff? Medicine progress. Oh, yes, it does. Look at that. It did teach me a little something. I like it. So occult and medicine can only be upgraded, can be upgraded through things in the world just by learning them. I like that, I like that. That's useful. Two pieces of clues I've already taken a look at, and our inventory, or excuse me, our knowledge of things. What else of interest do we have? What is with the green glow of everything in here, man? I tell you, it's so icky. Let's go through this man's drawers.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Well, if he looks like him, he's probably related to him. Brother or father. Nothing of interest in there. Close that drawer for him.
What a macabre
Oh, yeah.
here.
That would be the leg of the man in the photo. Alright. Well, nothing else to look at here. Let's go and see what he has to say. Thought I saw something there. That's the Scylla out there on the rocks. Shipwrecked would have been a better word. It doesn't get stuck on the shore.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor.
Harbor.
The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help.
Now I get information on him. I've unlocked information.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why.
Someone trying to cover it up.
I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Maybe. Thought the fishing stopped.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped.
Or he was storing something other than whale.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Tell me of the town. I've unlocked all kind. Who's your cat?
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
I was gonna say, it had to be relation.
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla.
Do better deduction.
His wooden leg is here.
What's up, Zerster?
You can go and see it if you're interested.
Okay.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Okay. Yeah, I've read that already. Thank you, though.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the
Good.
seas.
Ah,
It was
yes.
good. I enjoyed that.
Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I might have to go back through and play the other opportunity on it. What do you think killed this whale?
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
Exactly.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here.
And normally, something
But,
big enough to kill a killer whale would be
You're
more
gonna take me
dangerous.
for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
You know, why are they going to put it away?
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
Putting the food back in
You
might
think we
chum the
should have
waters
kept
and bring
it?
out whatever it is.
To look
What's up,
into the
Victor?
real
How you doing?
cause of its death, at least.
Haven't seen you in a while. All right. I think that returns for that. Let me get some information on this warehouse.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36.
I think it's that building
You
over
know where
there.
it is?
Look, it's
It
right
is over there.
The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Well, if they get the fuck out of my way, I might be able to go over there.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I see. I got choices based on my skills. Unlocked information because I do know. I'm going to use my investigation professional skills.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Somebody here? No, somebody... Anyway, where is it again?
Can you tell me where the warehouse is again?
I don't need that.
Look,
Thank
I've
you.
already shown it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
he did. I'm
It's
an
the
idiot.
one
I
with
pressed the
cop
wrong
on
choice.
guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
I meant to just move forward. I gotta refresh like every single thing every once in a while in here for internet purposes. Alright, I think that's all I need.
I shall be on my
Thank
way.
you, Mr.
So come back and
Harbormaster.
see me when you've got something new.
Yeah, there you go. See, character point earned. That's perfect, because I actually wanted to spend a point in, what was it? There was one. Spot hidden. I think I only need one more point to upgrade this. There we go. Yes. Alright. My skills, sanity is the same. Darkwater. So the information on him shows that Fitzroy is a captain of the Charybdis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the Harbormaster office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help in the investigation. You played this one? I haven't gotten around to it yet. I picked this up the other day. Alright, so it looks like they're getting the whale out of the way, which means I can finally go and explore, but obviously, and those people are moving out of the way, so I can explore that direction as well. Those areas were all blocked off because everybody was in my way.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're
He's
crazy.
not wrong. Bad idea to do that.
Can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Do you catch anything? It's hard. These waters look so sickly and disgusting and full of freaking seaweed. You'd think they'd never catch a thing in this place. Oh, I can pick locks. Sweet. Based on a skill point, I'm guessing. My skills are not good enough for that one.
Damnation. I broke it.
Broke the lock or broke my pick? Guess I'm not going back in that. It's tagged up like the Joker was here. Use my occultism.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Cthulhu. I forget the name of the language. I like to read everything, by the way. I'm a big fan of the lore. The occult for this states that does the patron saint of whales and whalers still protect the sailors of Darkwater? Visibly, there were other gods before St. Brendan, and their worshippers do not seem to be of this opinion. The locals still worship the old saint, but a mark was made on the statue by another cult. Strap the notebook from my notebook. So somebody in a language that they doesn't understand has tagged that thing up. This run speed is so fucking slow. Do we have a jump? No, I have a duck but no jump. Alright, hopefully I won't have to ever do any acrobatics in this. Let's get around the other side. Well, before I do anything, we'll talk to the cop and see if he'll let me in. I doubt it, but whatever. We'll see what we can do here.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, well, let's see. I gotta get into the warehouse.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation
Somebody paid me
has
to
led
do it.
to this warehouse.
That case was closed months
And?
ago.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
Because I'm asking. Jeez, we're on the same team.
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to
Not
snuff?
at all.
Forget it.
Dang. God, this guy sucks at being coy.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean
I don't have
by
much
that?
of a choice. That's the whole point
The
of this
only
game.
one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Where is that home? I feel like if you don't talk to people in certain orders or find certain things, stuff won't be locked or unlocked properly for you.
Why, you can tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
Just trying to get access to this fucking place.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
Whoa.
We're bootleggers, not
I didn't
savages.
accuse you of nothing. You guys
Who
are
do you
jumping to
think defaced
conclusions.
the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors.
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Me? That's it.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
Huh. Dang, okay, alright.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Okay. Cat owns this property then.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Would have been probably more useful to me to have done that from that direction first.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
I just got here. There's no fucking way I could have done
we'll
that.
teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
You could have done it yourselves in your drunkenness.
You can hardly stand up.
He's right. We're no match.
For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
That indicates to me that there might be something over there I need to look into.
That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
Investigations.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Of course. I didn't hear anything from you. Tell me about the saint.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
Whoa.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Okay.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live.
These guys live right here and this old boat broken down? Are you serious?
Anymore that we're going to abandon it.
How bad off did this town get? Why does anyone even live here? You got a way out.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
You'd think you'd all work for Fitzroy. I'm gonna get rid of these guards.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Okay.
Liquor?
Exactly.
I'll try to find some for you.
That's if I even get a chance. That bartender's a douche. He doesn't want to give me any of the alcohol. Now let's go ahead and see if we can try again. Maybe talk to the police chief one more time. I'm guessing from the look on his face.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble.
You didn't tell me that the warehouse I was looking for was right in front of us.
Because its owner
Yeah,
is dead.
look at that cat.
And I don't want to
scarred
see
his
you
face
hanging
right up.
around it. Now please, leave us to our work.
You can't understand. Don't put
So she
that
cut
piece
the
back in the
freaking
water, you
sheriff
shysters,
or
you're
whoever that
crazy.
is, chief of police, over all this. Over investigating his bootleggery. Maybe I can convince this guy.
You again.
Yeah.
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Let's say I don't want to sell you one.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
And he's not going to sell to me.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more.
Of course.
Anything else?
No, because you're fairly useless to me every time I ask you
That'll be
anything.
all.
Thank you for nothing. See if Kat can explain. I'm assuming this woman is Kat. Who are these guys?
Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
I told you to beat it.
Oh, fuck you too. Alright, and those are the two guys that were guarding the road that were preventing me from going. So, since they're gone, and since no one else wants to give me information, I can't find any more details from any of them, I'm gonna go down here and see what I can find. Car blocking the road, so I'm not going that far.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
Understandable.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman.
I
She's
assume
not
that woman in the
interested
bars
small
who we were all
fry like
talking about,
me.
she's the only woman that's
You,
been
on
here
the
so
other
far.
hand, knows around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
Okay.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you.
Good idea.
I shall take my leave.
I don't think there's much more. I can probably... Okay, this is the abandoned warehouse they're talking about in the first place. I'll do what he asked, though, first and see if the captain knows anything about that, and then I'm going to head in there and see if we can figure out what's going on, because it's opened up for me to go into. So, let's go see what he's got to say. I still find it funny that this island with this few of people has got a fucking insane asylum. That just seems... that seems insane.
You're back again.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Got a couple of new questions for you.
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
Of course.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution,
I think it goes to their bootlegging.
All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old
Exactly.
sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic
I'd be
type.
more than happy to if I can figure out how to get to them. So, if everything is connected by the sewers, then that must be what I'm trying to look for in that other bar, in this other building. Let's go check it out. That guy doesn't seem to give a shit what I'm doing. Spot hidden skill allows you to detect hidden items in a close range. Once all of these items are found, the detection icon will disappear. Oh, I got an icon I see in the left-hand corner underneath your guys' chat. Check it out. Okay. Lever activates a mechanism.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
And it's still flashing, which means there's still stuff. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable. This tunnel goes under the warehouses.
That green fog, man, everywhere you go. The green fog and green lights don't seem like something I want to fuck with, but apparently we're going to attempt to fuck with it. Shouldn't even be here.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
50 years old. That's super old. Oh, look at that. Cogwheel.
An old cogwheel. Rusty, but in working order.
Will the light help me to see anything else that I may have missed? A ladder there. Oh, okay, I see. We're gonna lift this thing up. Make sure there's no more parts. Obviously, that's what I'm collecting here.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Mount. The cogwheel. The ratcheting device. The handle. Hopefully I'm strong enough to turn this thing.
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
I doubt I'm strong enough for this. They wouldn't make it that easy. Oh no. Look at that. It worked. Let's go check it out. Should I be lighting a flame on my way down in all this green gas? Or is that just the way the world looks here? Well, there's other candles lit in here, so I guess I'm okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Should I not be going in here? Medical.
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Shouldn't have gone down in it, you idiot. Too late to worry about toxicity. Oh yeah, I can go deep. Okay, let me go this direction real quick. It's blocked off. Okay, so we're going into the water. Let's get away from all this. The smoke is obviously going to take me out or something. Hopefully he wasn't wrong. The fuck is that? Oh, fuck me. I don't think I should have been in the water. Where the hell am I? Am I dead? Was that it? It wasn't even a fucking squid. I got tagged by seaweed. An achievement too. Am I starting to hallucinate now? So now I'm losing my sanity, aren't I? Mental trauma, more of them. My stability is still decent, I guess. So that's good. It says I'm still stable. While investigating the Hawkins warehouse, Pierce entered a partly submerged tunnel that ran under the docks. There, something took hold of his arm, and tried to drag him beneath the surface. Drowning, the detective caught glimpses of human and animal bodies, as well as an underground city. Pierce managed to make it back to the surface to discover that rather than tentacles, it was seaweed that had wrapped itself around his arm. The vision, nevertheless, disturbed him by its clarity and its violence. Yeah. I was about ready to run, but I was like, I can't swim that fast. At least it wasn't a zombie body. Or I'm hallucinating from the fucking smoke coming off these oils. Thank goodness I took occult skill points.
Primitive.
I'm glad I did to recognize some of this stuff. These are things he wouldn't know anything to do with if it wasn't for the fact that I had taken that. Let's get down. I don't think I'm supposed to be back here. Somebody might notice me. Can I not climb here? There's something in there. Is it because I'm ducked? There we go. It was because I was ducked down. I can't climb while crouching. Okay, note to self.
Ugh, this place stinks.
I got a character point for that.
What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Skill points to add on. What I say I was increasing? My spot ones, but I've already done that one. 6 points to increase everything. Except for my psychology. Analysis of objects and things. I'll take it because it's a low one. At the same time, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Put my points into that and start understanding people better. Reconstruction. Interesting.
What happened here?
Yeah, that's possible.
Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Somebody left more sleeping pills.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
Chum.
Whoever hid it here seems to worship Sarah Hawkins. What just happened? Did I imagine?
Oh, I'm not done looking.
Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it.
Huh. Anything else? Nothing else pops up. Come out of this reconstruction state. That's cool. So you can investigate kind of by seeing what you think you see. Hawkins warehouse. At another point. Sweet. This will move up quick. I don't want to come in here to spin points, though. I'm here to actually look at information. 2 more points and I'll level this one up. That's what I'm coming here for. Clues. Thank you. The Hawkins warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted. Probably removed from the wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. Photograph press cutting. I have that? No, just the picture that was there. But it was a discovery of a partly charred painting, recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion. How so? He ain't even been here yet. That allows all doubts to be lifted as to the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. You're telling me that he knows something, and how does he know? How would he? I haven't gotten to the point of anyone talking to me. Now I gotta figure out how to get out of here, and I don't think it's gonna be the way I came in. Yeah, I'm not going back that way, am I? Am I? Nope.
Someone has settled in here.
Oh, shit.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Well, we could always work together on this.
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up bad memories.
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing room. We had to tear him off. The marks must still be there.
It worked.
They're in my mind anyway.
It's horrendous. I'm going to need your experience to bring him justice, Officer Bradley. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
Let me guess. It was in the Hawkins mansion.
Precisely. You can still see the burn marks. There's no doubt about it. I must
So someone's
admit
been
that
living
you
here
seem
after the
fairly
fire.
competent. But I can't allow you to stay here.
I've seen enough. It's the Hawkins mansion that interests me now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail?
Yeah, that's the whole point of being here.
I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
That what's been blocking me from getting out of this area?
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
You know what's interesting about this is that's not how I got in here when I was testing this. I've been this far. This is literally as far as I made this. I stopped playing because I wanted to do this on the channel.
This case has
I got in previously by not being able to find a way in. She caught me and then allowed me to come in.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair.
She caught me trying to get in because I didn't have the strength to open that lever. I didn't upgrade my strength this time, so it's obviously a dice roll. But my percentage is increased as I graze my skills.
Can we go to the mansion?
So, I like that. That was a different way for me to enter. I never seen that sewer system before.
I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
So your skills that you point in actually can make a difference on how your decisions are made. It is that house.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
No, we got some load screens to sit through. Chapter 3, The Garden of Hawkins' Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse, and the place thought to be abandoned revealed some surprises, signs of recent occupation as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted and searched by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins Mansion. So we're going to go and finally investigate this place that burned down not too long ago. This is where shit's probably going to start getting twisted. I know this game is going to be a mindfuck. You don't do a Call of Cthulhu game without fucking with the player already with the stuff in the sewer system like that. That's the first thing I've had ever happen that way. Again, like I said, I played through that, but I got in there in a much more logical manner. Instead, if I didn't fuck with the bartender, I could have gotten alcohol to have them people help me break my way in. You know, getting permission from her herself if I were able to have better conversation, but I just guess I didn't have the skills to pull it off. I just can't believe that the police chief got fucking Joker smiled by Glasgow smile, that's what it's called. Got a Glasgow smile from the woman at the bar. Something's watching us. Camera twisting that way. But whatever's watching us isn't expecting John Wick to come up in this place. Circa 1924 John Wick.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
So spot hidden professional stuff and unlock because of the stuff that he had just said, and investigation specifics that I have.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Yeah, I got a lot for you.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
Yeah, which would imply that the family may not have exactly been able to escape.
His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
I got a lot of questions. You just chill the fuck out.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bomb?
Yeah, you mentioned something about Winchester. Not much.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember.
Maybe that's who was looking at me in that sequence just in.
The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Yes.
Or do you want to go up there?
I want to ask you all the questions I can.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know?
Well, yeah, speaking of which, 3 months ago is how long ago this fire happened that killed this family in here.
With Charles Hawkins' death.
You missed the beginning if you're watching from this, but
You've already begun to nose around
I was hired by the woman's father to come check out the investigation. He doesn't like the report that was given.
It remains to be seen what they did with all their money.
So Mr. Webster, Sarah's father, wants me to check this out to see what actually happened. She was a renowned painter, painted weirdly occult stuff from her dreams, as she states.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched.
Okay.
Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Alright, let's get up there.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we
Night? Has it been day?
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
How thick is this cloud layer? Go with you if you only to reassure. So yeah, you know what? I'll take that.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Might be less likely to lose my fucking mind in a group. And as he said, to ease the mind of Silas. Are we going up there? Guess not.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693.
But the architecture seems too recent.
I place this thing at being 200 and some odd years old in the time of the game. Where the fuck did he go? Oh, shit, man. Like, don't leave me behind. I'm slightly creeped out now. Where are we going to a graveyard? What the fuck was that? You're just gonna stand there, huh? Oh, take me to their graves.
Poor kid.
Kid was only a few years old, 11 when he died. Somebody smashed up this guy's flowers.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective.
Is Silas
does this
dead
place
as well?
inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
To be buried on the
Strange
property.
idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Yeah.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Thank you.
Let's go to the mansion.
Oh, no, not yet. I'm not done looking. Thank you
Please
very
give
much.
me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial.
Yeah.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead of you then, I guess, because you want to take a minute to look around. Why does this look like a temple, man? What the fuck was the spires and stuff? Well, I'm gonna go keep looking around. You can hang out there in the graveyard and pay your respects. I'm not connected to this family deep enough to give that many craps. I want to go see what that other path had involved before I head up to the house. My curiosity is getting the better of me. This tree's fallen.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Sturdy and well sharpened.
I can't reach it from this side. What do we have down here? Looks like the box cover of the Sunless Sea. Just a chair. Okay. You see the whole town from here. They really did loud over their property. I guess if this is one of the original families of this neighborhood. This garden looks like it's in disrepair long before. It was definitely, again, as he stated, it's only been 3 months. So obviously they never took the time to actually take care of this property, even if they did have chairs out here to go and look around. I have to assume when the cloud layer isn't so thick it looks like permanent night, this place probably is kind of nice. Anyway, is he up there? Yeah, he is. He'll probably come up behind me and scare the fuck out of me. I know horror movies. And I know you don't go into houses like this. Check out that axe. You know I'm creeped out when I'm skirting the very edges of the rocks to get away from the house. That house is creepy. Where the fuck? Okay, I was gonna say. Wait a minute. It is gone.
The axe is gone.
Yeah.
I'd better be on my guard.
Son of a bitch. Someone is definitely here. Let's check the front door. Boarded up, but you never know. There might be clues.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Not one I want to. Drag out the inevitable. Check my information. I actually have details on this cop. All right. Officer Bradley is hit cop, likes order and justice. Not great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth of the Hawkins case. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me in my investigation. He would also be the first person I'd expect to look weird if there was an Innsmouth-style issue with him. Like the town of Innsmouth and their deep ones. I feel like that's going to tie into this. This isn't directly related to that. It's like its own thing. Like I said, based on the actual role-playing game books. But, that was a leaf. Scared the crap out of me.
This entrance is still in use.
You're just gonna bust in? I still want to look around. Don't break in and play. There's shit.
Whoa! You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk.
It would be fun in VR.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Please don't. I don't know if I want to put a test of strength. Let's start. Oh, right out of time.
Put down the axe,
Ooh.
and I'll forget that you threatened a cop.
There you go.
Show your
Use
badge,
logic.
cop, and then we can talk.
Oh.
You don't need to see my badge.
You're a bad liar.
You don't need to see my badge.
The last time, tell me why you're here.
Crap, I didn't realize I had a timer on that decision.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
You're not wrong.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
An easy way for him to get in and out, I'm guessing.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
He's a groundskeeper. Why are you questioning the job of a man who's literally their job is to take care of a property?
This is what we're going to do.
They're being
I go
paid
inside,
by someone
and I promise
somewhere
that I'll hunt
to
for
take
it.
care of a property.
Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do.
I use my investigative
Go on,
skills.
then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Thank you, thank you. Silas Winchester is a caretaker of the Hawkins property. The old caretaker of the Hawkins family, Silas Winchester, still watches over the family's graveyard and burnt-out mansion. Devoted to Charles Hawkins, whom he all but raised, he also has great respect for the memory of Sarah Hawkins and her child, Simon. His long months of solitude in the abandoned property have made him very distrustful. Silas still puts flowers on the graves of Charles, Sarah, and Simon, but somebody's fucking with the place, though, if those other flowers were damaged. Hawkins Mansion is perched on top of a steep cliff and abandoned garden harbors the graves of the Hawkins family, and only the old caretaker Silas Winchester still roams this bleak spot. He protects it fiercely and still puts flowers on the graves. It's gloomy. And I got a key. Got the hold of the key that opens the door to the tradesman's entrance into the Hawkins mansion. No, before I do that, I'm gonna be nosy. You just give me 2 seconds to nose around, and then I'm gonna go and take a look in there, because I am nosy. There's an old house. This must be where he lives. Yeah. We're just gonna go check your place out, Silas. Get my own fucking axe. Probably can't get in his place anyway.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
And he gets drunk.
I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Can I pick it? Or is my lockpick stuff broke? No? That's a shame. My nosiness is the key to being a good investigator for this kind of stuff. Look at this. Someone has a back entrance in his home. The window's broke. Why is that? Why was that? To protect from the wind. Yeah, protect from the wind for the glass, but there's no purpose there for me. Interesting. Maybe it'll come in handy later. Glad I took a look. Alright, let's head back up. There was one path off to the right. It's like to another garden or something. All the shadows look like there's something there. No secret caves. I know my way around a H.P. Lovecraft storyline, and I definitely know there's gonna be some crazy shit.
This gate is locked.
Of course it is. Alright, well, no other option. Let's go into the house and see what's going on. Since the cop apparently doesn't see fit to actually get here to vouch for us. You could have vouched for me, jackass.
Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
I suppose so.
You're
That's
right.
my intention.
Let's go.
You could have been there to help me. Would have been nice.
Let's take a look inside.
You first. The Hawkins Mansion. Pearson Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard in the property, guarded by Silas Winchester, the old caretaker, still faithful to his employers. Keeps watch of the place and armed with his axe. Two of them. Pierce and Bradley managed to calm him down, and finally get hold of the key to the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire. I am glad I brought him with me. I don't think it would have made a difference on me getting in there since he didn't do anything but give me some exposition. But having him with me inside this place makes me feel a bit safer, maybe psychologically. Particularly the shadow in the load screen above my head right here. So that kind of shit is the kind of shit that fucks with you. And I know that's the intention in Cthulhu stuff. The thing about it is fucking with you, and the reality of things could be real. You're either losing your mind or it's actually there.
I know the place.
There's always a possibility of things being there. Oh, perfect. That is enough to upgrade this spot hidden. What is it? I was upgrading psychology. This will help to get me up another notch. Now, the next thing I think it's going to be good for me to do is investigation skills, possibly, since I can put points in those. Don't think after this. Oh, wait, let me remove those real quick. Can I put them in here? No, I can't. That's what I thought. The first time that you play, you can. In the beginning, I was able to put points in these two when I was developing my character, but from that point forward, you're not able to anymore. So from here on, I have to find occult items and medical items to actually improve those skills. New objectives. Oh, I forgot about that. I haven't been reading those. All that information that was being added, it kind of gives you a rundown. I'll do those between episodes when I get to that point. If you're just going to stand in one spot, I'll take a closer look at everything.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
Diddly. Oh. Investigation time. Use those reconstructive skills to see what we can find. Did they eat a fucking squid's head? Because from that side, this doesn't look edible.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this?
Right?
This place is for the head of the family.
Of course.
Charles Hawkins.
I enjoy that previously you couldn't tell. What is he yelling at? You couldn't tell the shape or who the person was because of because you don't know, so it was just a ghost image. I think that's it. No, it's not it apparently. What else can I look at? There's no points anywhere. I'm supposed to be able to pull the triggers to get the hell off of this, but there's nothing triggering information. That's weird. I can lean. And that's it. Did I break the game? I think I broke the game. Are you freaking serious? Thank you for putting this here. Is there pieces of information I'm missing in all of this? Entrance of the hall of the mansion, a lighted lamp heap seems to be waiting for us, and the old caretaker who thinks that he can stop people from entering. He must find the place where the Hawkins family died. En route, I'll pick up as much information as I can, which is fine if I wasn't locked into where I'm at right now. It would be real useful if I can continue around. But I'm stuck in here. Take me to the last checkpoint. Piece of crap. Hey, David Police, how you doing? Sorry, I've been trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with the controls there. Normally, all I gotta do is pull the same triggers that pull me into an investigation to pull me out of investigation mode once we've seen what we need to see. It didn't indicate to me that I had anything else to look at, so it's kind of pointless that it did that. It's a weird lockup. Hopefully that doesn't keep me from moving forward. Apparently, I will do that momentarily when we load back in. Kind of weird that that happened. But at least it loaded faster. Yeah, follow you, Schmally. I know where I'm going.
Who left this light?
Who left these lights on? Who? Why did I get another character point? Why did I only get one character point for that matter? That's, weird. I don't like that. They took away one of the character points I had earned. Unless it's still a glitch.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins.
I'm gonna try this again to see if anything changes. If it glitches out on me again, then I'm gonna be upset. Investigate. No, you know what? And I can't talk to him. We'll see what happens. Maybe it was messed up because I was on the wrong side of the thing. Investigate the roast, because it's the only option I have right now.
What kind of meat is this?
Look at it, it even said something different this time because my skills are not quite as analytical as they. That dice roll essentially was less.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
And nothing else comes of this. What the hell? That is so weird. It just locks it all up. And I can't exit the scene. I guess investigating this space is not a good idea. Did I miss something in all of this? Am I not close enough to every... Oh, fuck me. It's on the floor. All that time. Jeez, I'm blind.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his
I left that space for no reason. And I lost an experience point out of the situation. That is real frustrating.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat, or something else? Something happened at this table.
Obviously, some kind of an argument.
An argument?
Over eating this nasty fucking meat they're eating.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
No.
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
It's frustrating that I lost that point for that.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Middle class? Middle class afforded a hell of a lot more than it does nowadays. I'm really mad about this investigation point. I had 2 when I came in. They took one away from me. More of her burnt paintings.
Charles and Sarah's wedding is painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of an exotic ruins. It's common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for? Occult shit? That's what he was looking for. Check these clues I got. I do have another point. That's weird. Why did it do? Oh, I didn't apply it. My bad. I said yes. Anyway. We got more clues, information. That's not the one I wanted, though. I thought there was other details. Either way, let's go and check this room out.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
So the fire completely stayed in this room.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
There's a possibility they weren't gone.
Did someone escape the fire?
No, that's weird claws on the doors like someone ran away.
They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Is there more to what I'm seeing here?
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
That's all the hidden stuff.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
But it did, but not completely. It only had a partial burn.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee.
A diary or some kind of a... Oh, some kind of key? A toy.
So, Detective, What do you make of it?
I don't know, but I want to consult my diary real quick before I talk to you about anything. Botched the invasion because these don't match. The fire wasn't just an accident.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
Crime of passion.
I suspect a crime of passion.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Investigate the house further. Whoa, buddy. You're gonna bust through the house. I wasn't done in this room. Jeez. I mean, apparently I was done in this room. But whatever. Okay, so I got that point. That's fine, and I can put this back. I'm still very upset that I didn't have more, because I had more, damn it. Oh, they kind of gave it back to me. You know what? I'm gonna mentally accept that that was given back to me. Now, like I said, what I'm gonna put this into is my investigation skills, since I can't spend an occult points. And we'll start working our way through that. But at least I was able to get that going. 40% chances on those type of skills. We've got more clues, and that was what I wanted to look at from before. I had a clue piece from that other room. The smashed oil lamp. According to the police report, the lamp was the cause of the accidental fire that destroyed the mansion. However, bloodstains on debris tell a very different story. This glass of this heavy clock is broken in the hands, showing 10 o'clock. It could give the time of the fire, or have nothing to do with it. Especially if someone else broke it and changed it. A partly burned shoe. It seems like it belonged to Sarah Hawkins, who may or may not have been in the room. But the scene of the fire, contradicting the police reports, the Hawkins drawing room tells a totally different version of the fire that claimed the whole family, beginning with the presence of a handprint that throws up the possibility of a survivor. The bodies of Charles and Sarah Hawkins left no mark on the floor, nor, to that matter, in the drawing room, contrary to that of the child, still visible close to the fireplace. The same goes for the glass shards on the floor. A close inspection reveals that the very clear marks left by the painting found in the Hawkins warehouse confirm that the Hawkins case could be much more than a domestic accident. Yeah, there is only one body etched into the floor. And the marks on the door, as he stated, were definitely showing someone had left. The fight indicates that they one or both made it out of here. Either way, we continue to go further into the...
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious
Oh,
trouble.
you're not the chief? Well, I'm gonna disturb all kinds of shit, so you just be careful.
This door is locked.
Apparently I can't pick locks while he's here. There's a book. History of medicine in the what's that? 18th century. It's a collection of medical knowledge, a history, practical practices in the 18th century. Actually, only covers the so-called civilized countries and does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. But you know what? It increases my medical skills. I'm getting closer. This guy just went straight on through, didn't he? I'm not done looking around, brother. Every room needs to be thoroughly checked out. Oh. I was gonna say, light that shit.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
Spot hidden is the ability to notice that kind of stuff. Simply putting up and also to notice investigation stuff. So with that, I may or may not notice things.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside.
Can I not go up here? No, I can't. Not yet, anyway. They're trying to guide my movements.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
You just randomly looking around, bro? Herman Melville's
Moby Dick. Melville's classic.
Copy of Moby Dick.
The epic battle between man and whale.
Classic, especially for a family of ship owners.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Yeah, I would say so. Whoa. Why did it get suddenly darker just then? That's creepy.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Yeah, that would imply nobody was really living here. Or if they were living in squalor. Living in filth.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Human body, a comparative analysis, more medical stuff. A precise and very detailed treatise on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writing and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. Whatever, that's more learning. More progress. Does it give me 2 points at a time? Yeah. A little bit more. Once I hit 20%, I go up a level. Gotta find them books. I know this shit's riveting for people who are watching this stuff. I appreciate if you're actually this far in. I've had a couple people watching intently and very quietly. I don't mind it. I'm happy to have David Police and Victor Kwiatkowski, excuse me, and Zerstor to show up.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
I appreciate them coming in, and anybody else who does take a look around and watch what I'm watching here. This is a game of investigation, and it will get crazy as we go, but like any horror game, they've got to build the suspense, in particular when you're dealing with anything from the Cthulhu and the old gods and Lovecraftian universe. Shoot, that lightning, man, it creates a spike of darkness. When you're dealing with anything in the Lovecraftian universe, you've got to deal with some creepier stuff and build up. Hence why I'm pushing so long on this. Oh, there we go. This lamp works. More of her creepy paintings. There we go.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Yes, I knew that name sounded familiar. Familiar names. The boat is named after a Greek goddess. God.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Get enough information, I go talk to the guy, to the officer about his.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Is whale good meat? Has anyone ever tried that? If you've tried that, let me know in the comments. Or if you pop in and happen to know. Sorry, I keep weaving back and forth. I'm trying to find everything.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
Like a bunch of standing stones. Look at all these creepy busts. Out of the medical book?
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Yeah. Rare edition of Jules Verne's novel. We just gonna take these things? Is it part of an event that's gonna happen? Is there a puzzle I need to solve that involves needing all these books of old seafaring lore? We need the Old Man in the Sea next, then, in Cannery Row. Or those probably aren't written yet, now that I think about it. 1920s. Old Man in the Sea. I don't think it was written until later.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
The letter says, "Dear Sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard." New clue memorized. Oh Lord, every time that happens, it fucks with me, man. I'm waiting for something crazy. Please stop flashing dark like that. Oh my goodness. I've got this lantern up for a reason. There's this lighter. Dust dropping from there like there's movement. The noises in... Oh, fuck me, that was a rat. The noises in my house are starting to creep me out.
Locked.
Why are these paintings turned away? This one's not locked. This is of a child's room. I'm gonna shut this door.
The boys' room.
He made forts out of books. Hidden objects and a reconstruction all in one. I guess I could see in the room better. Let's start up with this lit up area and the books here.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Nothing. He's a kid. It's a fort. Protecting his world. That's nothing abnormal.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Oh, somebody had some creepy fucking drawings.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy.
Give him half a pill.
What was wrong with this family?
No one could sleep, no one would want to. That is exactly what I was hoping it would point to next. What is with those fucking paintings? The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This kid had an imagination, normal child imagination for the time.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them?
Shit, I don't want to...
Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Something I really don't want to see. The boys' room. Oh, here we go.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
I can't read that very well. Simon's private journal, he seems to be worried. He seems worried about his mother and her attacks. Tension also seems to be growing between the Hawkins couple. Could the fire be the result of the argument? I actually want to look at that more deeply. I wonder if I can. Oh, the picture's on the floor.
What was
here.
going through that boy's mind?
Why are the pictures in the middle of the floor, not on the wall? I haven't been in there in a while. The cobwebs don't... I don't know. Do cobwebs build up in 3 months? It still seems weird. I like the Wizard of Oz. Let me take a look at my stuff. Inventory for knowledge. And that's just my books. Random books that I have that build my skills that are going on here. But the clues, the newest of which we have, the letter and the book, which I can look at more closely. Today with Mother, we played in the garden, but she's still sad. I hope it would... I hate it when she is sad. Is she angry with Father? On Sunday, Father scolded me. He shouted loud and wanted to spank me, but Mother did not... When I'm getting in close so I can read my screen. Mother did not want him to. He is always angry. Why? There are lots of strange things in his office, and I just wanted to look at them. Tuesday, I built a castle for Mother and me, and I told her to come and hide with me. She is hiding from something, okay. Wednesday, she always painted monsters. I don't like her monsters. I had bad dreams, and they come into my bedroom and look at me. I cry, and Mother shouts at me, and Father says that I must take tablets. They are not nice. I don't want to take them. Tuesday, Mother is screaming again. She cries a lot. Father is sad too and angry with Mother. I don't know why she... And then it's kind of blurred, scratched out. Wednesday, Mother is sad again. At lunch we ate in silence. It was strange. Father said she... Finish your dishes. Yeah, he misspelled finish, that's all it was. We always eat the same thing. It looks like rotten fish and it smells very bad. Why does he always want to eat that? It's not very nice. If we have to eat it again tonight, I will throw my plate on the floor and smash it. Which is what he did in that incident that he deduced already, so that must be what started a bit of the argument. A desire to not eat the food that they were having. And then the little boy's room is an abandoned book on the bed and toys scattered on the ground talk about everyday life of a normal family, but the disturbed drawings and sleeping pills raise suspicions to even Simon Hawkins may have been suffering from mental illness. Was the boy able to see things like her mother pretended to be? Okay. That satisfies that information for me. Sorry, I wanted to read his diary. I was curious. So the spot shows we found all the items that were in there. It still doesn't explain why some of these paintings are scratched and why so many of them are flipped. So you can't look into it. Look at this. Look at here. This key that opens Sarah Hawkins' office is concealed. Not really. Is this her office here? No. But the door that was locked earlier.
What will her room reveal about her?
I don't know. But I really wish this thing was brighter. Huh. I'm glad I got down. Sketchpad. Sarah Hawkins' sketches look more like a gallery of horrors than anatomical studies. Do they represent what haunts her nights? Probably. Occultism upgrade. Woot woot. Glad I found that. Oh my god, it's fucking dark in this room. Oh. No wonder. Jeez Louise.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Barbiturates act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that I know something. Yeah, that's true. Now I've got some. Let's take some barbiturates, y'all. Just kidding. Oh, look at that.
A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
That looked like a piece of trash on the ground. Well, I'm glad he can translate what that says, because that's fucking doctor handwriting, and there's no way I could read that. Dr. Thomas Fuller, Riverside Institute, Darkwater, Massachusetts. Which means we have a fucking institute here. There's a problem when an island this small has an institute. I've said it many times in here, and it makes no sense to me. The date of the 21st July, 1924. 75 milligrams of ammobarbital sodium to be taken every 4 to 6 hours as required. If attacks become too violent, add 25 milligrams of phenobarbital up to 3 times a day. Do not consume alcohol or any other medication during the period of treatment. From Doc Fuller. Take the Darkwater
That's a
Journal.
massive dose.
It is a massive dose.
Violent?
That's everything. I'm glad I found that. Now, I have the key to get into her. Oh, I don't. But I got the investigative skills to unlock that door. What? That head on the table is creepy. I had the key to get to the other door. Guess I didn't need it. The fuck is that? Man, oh man. More and more of these paintings that got turned away. Yeah, see? This door is scratched up. I had the key to get in one way, or I could have picked the lock from the other. So there's 2 ways to get into the room. Both my skills help to find that. Just gonna stay away from that circle.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried.
An agent's
She
letter.
wasn't giving any signs of life.
My dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting increasing numbers of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been or selling at premium price. Blah, blah, blah. I can read sentences. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend, who was the first to recognize your genius and display it to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Okay. Where does she get these busts, man? Is she making these things? She carve in fucking stone as well? Creepy as fuck. Nothing in there. Look.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Well, she making bank talking about 1924 money. Painting for a Boston client, $230. For JF, $770. Another 2 Boston clients, $230, $200. FS exhibition, $350. Page on the right states it's $270, $410. A lot to JF and FS. And a Boston client that's not named, $250, $600, $820, $1,160, $430 for a Dr. F, $500 for AD, returned it, huh? Returned $500? Did he return a painting? I didn't see the name there. $1,680 for an exhibition, Dr. F treatment work, free. And the Shamblers, literally labeled for FS as a gift.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders.
You just had letters, man. There ain't no fucking names in there. I was reading it. Nothing in here. As much as I'd rather not. Oh, thank goodness, something else to look at.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Fate brought us together, and forever it will bind us. Sweet nothings. I guess so. Well, she painted in a fucking occult-ass circle. Well, I step into it. Occultism.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult?
Yes.
What was she trying to achieve?
She's trying to fucking open a gateway to the old ones. Looking through all this stuff. So these are all the tidbits that have been added on. Hey, Zerster. You don't understand anything? It's creepy. This place is creepy as fuck. I'm inside the house that was burned out, and we investigated enough into it. I'm actually about to review the notes that I've gotten so far right now from the entrance hall. The dining room has remained untouched since the night of the fire, and it taught me something about relations with Charles and Sarah Hawkins' couple. It seems that an argument broke out in the night of the drama. In the partly burned out drawing room, the fire has perhaps left a few clues that escaped the local cops, which I did find. Even Officer Bradley was forced to admit that this room tells a far different story than the police report. The presence of blood on the shards of glass of the lamp, the mark of a hand left on the door from someone fleeing the fire. We're in a crime scene. I must continue searching the mansion to look for information on the life and death of the Hawkins family, and one that he did not mention is that the only burn marks on the ground would indicate the child, which means possibly Sarah and the husband escaped that fire. The son's bedroom confirms the atmosphere of violence and fear suggested by the other rooms. This family seems to have lived a recluse life, cut off from the other inhabitants of the island. And then in Sarah Hawkins' office that I'm in right now, a circle drawn on the floor and the candles indicate the cult rituals were held here. What could have caused these huge scratches? On top of that, even though they don't mention it on one of the clues that I have, where to go? Is it a knowledge book? No, this is one of her sketch pads that I found. In the chapter clues here, I actually read these pages. I zoomed this thing in as close as I could and read them, and because they don't mention it in the notes, but the kid talks about how he's gonna, in the room for the dinner there was Smash. Yeah, this game wasn't brand new in 2018. It's H.P. Lovecraft. If you don't know who that is, he's a horror writer from the 1900s, the early 1900s, who wrote about Stygian beasts from the depths that are indescribable horrors that you cannot explain. And so whenever you see them in these games, this is what the guys who made the game chose to interpret them as, or the books or the movies or whatever that update them. But Cthulhu and Lovecraftian horrors are about old gods that existed here before humans, before anything lived on this planet, before dinosaurs or anything. They're supposedly old gods from different worlds that exist here that are locked away in the Antarctic or the depths of the ocean and such, that transcend humanity. And that's what he wrote about in his horror novels. And so there's a whole world, almost a cult of people who are into his stuff, Lovecraftian people and Cthulhuan people that believe all this stuff, that the shit he wrote may possibly be true. And you know, I'm kind of in that group because I'm really into that. But anyway, this is his diary. Explained that she's been drawing crazy shit, as well as the father has been forcing him to eat whatever that weird shit was on the table in the room. She's been taking barbiturates at a large dose, which is not good. And then, of course, there's the letter from the agent I had just read. Is that all the Chapter 3 clues? Why do they act like there's more? Oh, and then the note. The ledger as well. Which he claims is a bunch of names on there, but he knows of. I'm like, I don't agree with you, sir. The key that I got for the office. And occult pieces, that's what it was. The ceremonial circle. If the creature is not yet anchored in our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it make sure that he integrates the elder sign, which I don't see the elder sign in this stuff that she's drawing. Among the glyphs that make up a ceremonial circle, Be careful, though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles is not all proven reliability. The Elder Sign is like a pentagram, but kind of warped on the edges, and there's no 5-point star here. She wasn't doing it right. Bringing risk to herself. Do I have skill points to burn? No, I don't. Okay. So anyway, that's what you missed. This game cost me, let's see, I got it on sale, actually, for $30, $20 to $30, I think. It's normally $60, but it was on sale, and I was like, dude, I'm picking that up. Maybe even, I think it was $30. It's definitely worth the cost, even at full price. What the fuck? Oh, that was just the lightning. Oh, my goodness. It was definitely worth it, even at full price. This is a Cthulhu game, so I guarantee you.
Bradley? Is that you?
See, something's making noises, exactly, because the horror that's built up is from this suspense, this dark, the quietness and the noise. That door was not open before. All right, let's go check it out. The horror is built from the suspense and the quietness and the darkness and all this build-up. 2.5 hours of build-up to get to a point where this is going to start fucking with your head.
Is anyone there?
And, of course, this John Wick looking ass. I am a little bit creeped out, I'll be honest with you. It's the middle of the day, and this room is fully lit for me to be, you know, visible on camera, but, thank you. Give me a fucking lantern over that lighter. The lighter lights nothing up. I want to know why all the other paintings were flipped, and why is there a painting of me? Now that's creepy. Either she's here and seen me, or she's got premonitions. Cool. That did not catch me off guard. Hey, wait, but I wanna look. Ah, fuck! I gotta go catch him. We'll come back and investigate later. Which way did he go?
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? Of course.
I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level.
With a mask and tentacles on it.
He can't be far.
So I got a real lantern now. I can actually see shit.
This door is blocked from the outside.
I want to go back and investigate what I had seen, but he has to be down here. If he came from there, then he must this way. You may switch your light sources, the arrow keys. Okay, that's cool. Does this? Oh, it has an amount. I'll stick with this then until I need it for darker spots. It's bright in here.
This door was closed.
Yes, it was. I'm glad I chose to have the cop come with me.
Where did he go?
Oh, he went somewhere.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in
I love
here?
horror games.
I don't see any way out.
I don't know, man.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
You need to quit pushing me around so I can
Ship
investigate.
left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
I don't know. We're going to find out when you're done talking to me so I can look at everything. Oil to refill my lamp. Alright, that's cool. That's going to be a thing. Drawer's got nothing in it.
It looks like an old seaway map.
From Darkwater to all kinds of different places throughout the Bermuda Triangle by the look of it there. The Orpheus, the Prodigal, the Scylla, and the St. Claudine. The Scylla went all up the coasts. The St. Claudine went back and forth from to England. And the Prodigal went to Spain. Somebody added the coordinates to this old sea map that make up the journey. Before I investigate the obvious, what the hell are these?
They look like Celtic.
Hey, all cultist points.
Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Foreign? You mean, the one to Ireland and Scotland, if they're Celtic.
Seems like this came from a log.
Oh, we got some reading to do. Sailor's log. Monday the 24th, 1847. 42 north, 70 west, Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. Sunday the 30th, May 1847. 47 north, 55 west. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we have no longer ignored their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. It's like the lead-up to when they were losing all their food. Tuesday, the 1st of June, 1847, 49 north, 61 west, we dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I'm scared. Friday, the 4th of June, 1847, 57 north. This one, oh no, the next one's highlighted. 57 north and 51 west. We've sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seemed to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. You're getting lag on your end? I apologize. I've got a perfect feed out, and it's actually sending at a high rate. I haven't even lost a single frame today. I apologize for the internet connection issues. Wednesday, the 23rd of June, 1847. 33 north, 53 west. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Tuesday, the 29th, June, 1847, back in Darkwater. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories. Well, that would more than likely be the account of the miraculous catch, whatever they called it. The biggest catch that they've ever had, that they were discussing. So, interesting.
There must be a link with the Sea Wing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is. And unless there's a new thing that I can do, since this game seems to add new shit all the time. Yeah, I get it. The bookcase is a hidden passage. I'll get there in a second, jeez. I still want to investigate the room he came from. I feel like I'm missing something.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Yeah, there's a big mechanism there too, huh? Oh shit. What was the thing on the... Oh, I gotta look at that piece again. Just give me a second. I got two things I want to do before I fuck with this.
I must have missed something. As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
And the highlighted note entry in the sailor's log is probably what'll open it, but I want to go look at the room we left behind.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
It's a picture of the three of them. The third man. We don't know.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph.
I do too.
It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
That is a freehand map of bullshit. Oh, it is a map. I was going to say, I'm like, what are you talking about highlighted? This looks like a child just scribbled all over a piece of paper, but you can kind of see the outline of the coast and everything on there. What the hell is he talking about?
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable.
We'll move it. Oh shit, mechanisms.
Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism.
Yeah, it's definitely the globe.
I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Oh, I'm not forcing it. I'm not nearly strong enough for that shit.
Not touching them for the moment.
We'll check it in a second. I can come and try. I don't want to break it because that might cause us to not be able to go in there. And I only have like a 40% chance of pulling strength things. I am going to ask him a quick question. And then I'm running upstairs.
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Okay.
Have you seen the old maritime?
Yeah, you're doing me no good. All right, thank you, sir. I am going to take a quick run back up that stairs where that man came from, because before he came running out of there, I was intending to investigate what was there. If I can just climb up here, it'll be useful. They're not going to let me do that, so I got to walk all the way around. Give me 2 seconds. Hopefully they're not locked everything off for me. Down to the library. Yeah, that's a book I've already read. Up the stairs and across the hall. I want to see if there was anything in that room that he came busting out of interest. I was going to look at it immediately, but they told me to catch the thief. I'm like, give chase? Alright, I'll give chase. But this room was locked. He took something from it, and there may be something more value or interest in here. In a room of paintings. I'll bust out the big one so I could see better. I know they would have probably called me back here for a reason, but I personally would like to know. I'd like to verify that before I run away from all this. And it doesn't look like that's the case. Alright. So this is where she did her paintings. Okay, then the only thing I need to do is pull up that map to find out exactly what I was missing in the clues. And of course to add on for everything else that's happened and so far in here. Or submit son's room. Studio. I found what might be her last work unfinished as a portrait that represents me. How is this possible? An intruder took off with the painting. It's part of the mystery surrounding the death of these people. Why is my role in this business? What is my role in this business? I must catch him and get the painting back, which is what I'm doing right now. I've got a lantern. We've got clues. And particularly the one I'm looking for. Now you're back in. Good to see you back in. What am I missing? Oh, knowledge. That's what I was looking for. Small polished stones decorated Celtic runes, probably used to divination rituals that are mostly found in Europe. But what I'm looking for is the which for whatever reason is not here. I guess I gotta read it from the book itself. That's so stupid. Every single item I've picked up has been documented into this game, and now this all of a sudden that piece of information is not. That's weird that they chose not to put that in here. So I actually got to pull it up by looking at it in the physical room. Either way, I got 4 more points towards skills, and investigation is what I was wanting to work on next. I need 1 more point to upgrade that one. It'll give me a 70% chance, essentially, of getting through investigation shots better. Alright, anyway. Let's get back down. Oh, they're not gonna let me jump either. God dang, I swear, I guess I shouldn't have come up here. My mistake, y'all. They let me jump down to follow him, but they won't let me jump down to do all that. They shouldn't have let me come back up to her room if there was no purpose to that. I'd just block it off. Say there's no purpose. Have him verbally note there's no reason for me to go. Would have been good. Alright. So, this book that this...
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
The highlighted one was 33 north, 53 west. So that would be... 53 west would be about here. 33 north. Close enough.
Looks like it worked.
Smarter to do than to waste my time breaking it.
Pierce.
Damn straight. Let's open this up and see what's in here. You know, I almost feel like bringing him with me was self-fulfilling to the dream I had that showed a cop dying to the cultists. Chapter 4. The tunnels under the Hawkins mansion. Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, or someone, who had undertaken the search of the the search of the place looking for proof. When a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop. Yeah. to steal a painting, detective and police officers set off after him by following him to the office of Charles Hawkins. They discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion, which is what we're doing now. I like that they give you a synopsis of what you've done up to the point that you're at in the beginning of each chapter. And then, of course, all the clues in each of the chapters that break down in my section will actually tell you exactly what we've been doing.
Passage under the manor. It's like a
The manor. Just a second, you. And it gives the same thing. I managed to open the secret door in the Charles Hawkins's office, and it opened up onto steps into this cut into the stone. They lead to a network of underground caves, and the robber can't have gone that way. Yeah, he could have. Weird that he would dismiss that already. What I wanted to see was what they added to my stuff. The Hawkins mansion itself, interior, falling apart in a ruin well before the fire had claimed its residence. No worries, man. The building, once luxurious, today lies witness to the ruin of Hawkins' family. The paintings of Sarah Hawkins are spread throughout the corridors. Moisture eats away the books of the imposing library, and the windows are broken and condemned. The drawing room, where the fire started, revealed to be more than just a domestic accident. Sarah Hawkins' office bears the signs of an occult practice in a corridor that leads to his workshop. No doubt, excuse me, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Office bears the signs of an occult practice, and a no doubt huge creature left its marks on the walls of the corridor that leads to his workshop. As for Charles Hawkins' office, it revealed a passage of networks, which we mention in this clue or place information, which is what I have now. Who would have ever guessed that a Hawkins mansion was hiding such a big intricate tunnels underneath? It seems to be a hideout of a cult of some kind. I can't believe Sarah and Simon lived right above such danger without knowing anything.
They've already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
You find him more than you probably need to know about this town.
More than just a tunnel. Look.
3 seats.
Someone's been here recently.
Obviously. Investigation mode. His trail.
Did Charles Hawkins use this place?
That's a fucking assumption.
Who were the others?
Why would you even well, I mean, it is his office. I guess it would make sense. But you don't know if he was sitting at the left of the table. He could have been at the right or at the other end. I get you don't know who they are, but come on.
Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house.
Occult fucking Cthulhu shit, that's what it was.
What is this mask supposed to represent?
I guess my skill wasn't high enough. Boo. That's not enough information for it to just dismiss. I can't go through the passageways, which means I'm missing something. Get down low and see if there's anything along the tables and chairs. I'm missing a piece of information. That they're not going to let me move forward if I don't find. I hate that about this when you go into investigation mode. I swear, sometimes I'm just like, nope, I refuse. Don't fucking investigate nothing. It's like I made a mistake in here by going this way and choosing this. Ah, here it is.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Was Sarah Hawkins here?
Possibly. That's enough. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That breaks it up for you. It could cause you to have to repeat whole areas if you don't notice it. Underground antechamber. Clues. The strange antechamber hidden in the entrance of the network of caves raises new questions. The presence of a table, 3 chairs, leads to the belief that Charles Hawkins used the place for meetings in small groups. The existence of objects with esoteric connotations is more worrying, since they lead to the impression that we may be in the presence of a cult. Moreover, the torn fabric revealing Sarah Hawkins' presence in the place does raise questions. Was she in danger because she discovered these tunnels? Or did she just accidentally rip her dress because she's a part of this? How do you just fucking assume she's not a part of the whole thing? That's some broad assumption there. Let's see if I can get into this. Oh, I just fucking broke it open.
What does it mean?
The symbol of what? Did I actually open it? Sweet. Found some occult shit, though. Occult points. Shame I didn't have it for that.
A disfigured saint. What does it mean?
That is not a disfigured saint. That is fucking Cthulhu. Like a Virgin Mary Cthulhu. That's pretty crazy. Oh, there's way more here than we expected. You coming with me to all this? You just gonna stand there? I'm gonna go check it out. I feel like it's a bad idea. I'm gonna go check it out. Oh good, he's coming with me. Phew. I thought I was on my own for a minute there.
Of course.
And something tells me that the key is climbing these steps. There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as
We
well
don't have much of a choice, but the guy is definitely who we're looking for back there. It has to be.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
Don't split up. Have you never seen a horror film? Oh my goodness. More information added though. 3 tables and chairs, a ancient chamber, blah blah blah. Heavy gate blocks a passageway and it must find a way through. We got an inventory, a knowledge item, which is just this picture. But we got more occult info. Cultist symbol. I wonder why that's there. It's drawn on the sheets of paper hidden in the safe. Itself hidden in a tunnel underneath. Hidden in a tunnel underneath the mansion. The symbol is repeated on the paper and it forms. Its form becoming more distinct with each attempt. I do not know what Charles Hawkins tried to represent with this symbol, but one thing is sure. It was important in his eyes. Must be, but let's try to see what's down here. Are you really gonna leave? He said fuck that noise, huh? I ain't getting my suit dirty in that water. I don't blame him. This water looks like it's freaking diseased. Squeeze through there? You talking about all this? Oh, there we go. Well, I'm not coming back from here. That would be the sound of shit falling down behind me. Yep.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust.
Yeah, we're getting into Cthulhu shit down here, man.
These paintings must be several centuries old.
Maybe that's some of the stuff that she's been drawing from. There's a bunch of them too. So he wasn't referring to just one. Oh, okay. I was like, what's making this shape on here? It's the light. And this little stick figure here. Or something. Yeah, more ways to keep me locked. Alright, here we go. I made my way around. He could have waited. Can I unlock this from this side? No. Okay. Guess he will find another way around. He's not in the room visible from there. He might be watching and waiting for me.
Time has weakened these structures.
I was just thinking that. There's more of that green oil that we found underneath in the town sewer system. Investigate. This stuff's not smoking like the other ones, though.
This oil again. What is it used for?
Summoning Cthulhu. I would guess. I would just venture to guess.
I don't have time to search them all.
I kind of do. We got all the time in the world to do what you need to do. Let's go find this guy, though. I know what you're trying to tell me. Get up here and see what happened to the man who stole the painting of me that shouldn't be here. This is another door. You know it's going to be locked. It's not locked. All right. End of investigation. Oh, shit.
What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Piers.
The fuck did you get down here?
We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
I got you into my dream from the beginning of this video.
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
Okay. There's a guy. There's a whole bunch of them. I didn't even notice that. This is all a bad idea. I guess I should stay down. I will not. Switch to a dimmer light so I'm not exactly as obvious when I need to see in the dark. I want to run by clicking the left thumbstick in. I'm so used to doing that. There's my painting again. And another Cthulhu statue. They trying to open a gate to Riley. I can never say the name of that place right.
A table for
Riley.
A table for sacrifice?
Fish price, fast sacrifices. I'm gonna get hit in the back of the head, man. Just sit there, stare at your painting. Just take your painting and leave. Shadow. Oh shit. I didn't even see the hole in the ground there. And that's the beginning of his dream. We are full circle to the opening of this game. A pit of horror. The achievement name would have been better to be called Full Circle.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, I agree. Panic attacks. Some situations, encounters will make you panic. Flee the place as fast as you can. Oh, Jesus. The movement's all fucking crazy, too. No, this wasn't locked before.
Find a way
Does it actually show my sanity? I'm sorry, I want to check that. That's a thing. I've never seen it change. Just a little bit of a loss. This is psychotic. Oh shit, okay. That tiny little bit of my sanity. Do you just go insane after that? There is a secret, a forgotten secret, so old and terrifying, which is only divulged in the blasphemous pages of lost tomes. That's a much better description of the shit that Lovecraft writes than I was able to give. Or whispered during forgotten and outlawed rituals. We are not children of Providence. You know the cruel and awful truth, and you have seen the frightening face of reality, which means apparently that I'm now psychotic. Oh, I wanted to look at my skills. I only got 1 point. I'll hold on to this for now. I don't even know where to begin at. Oh wait, no, that's right, I was working on investigation. I needed 1 more point. That's the one I was trying to do. Boom. Level up. Probably not going to help me now. I really wish that you could build occult and medicine naturally instead of having to read it in books. Yes. Did I not take it? Oh, my bad. Validate. There you go. Thank you. And the paintings on the wall that I saw. A tribe of men worshippers of the sea and its benefits landed on the shores of an island surrounded by dark waters. Hence the town name. They were discovered by the creature some call the Devourer of Whales. For years, the creature hunted them down into their dreams until their weakened minds surrendered. Following the creature's orders, they sunk into the dark waters surrounding the island and never came back. It's extract taken from Malleus Bestiarium by Abigail G. Anyway, there's somebody up there watching me too at top of that. And I need to find a way out of this. I'm only going deeper into a fucking ritual space. It's not a good idea. Can I light a candle? Oh, thank goodness I do have a light. Is this guy? No. Deeper into these guts is not a good idea either. There's got to be a way to open that thing or find a way out of here.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Let me out of here, damn it. That is not how this is supposed to go. This is not how the dream opened. Oh, there's a path. Delirium makes everything a bit wobblier and harder to do. Get down. Okay, we're out of here. Out of here? We're not out of here.
Is it my turn? Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night.
Maybe these are deep ones.
I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream.
It is exactly like in the dream. Sort of. A little bit different on how I got out of there. Consult my diary. Oh, this is given information. Regular information. Explore the caves. Combat has not been introduced whatsoever into this game, so I don't even know if it's a thing. Is this a walking simulator?
It seems to have been used recently.
A ritual dagger.
Probably some sort of ritual.
Found this in the tunnels under Hawkins Manor. Its owner left it behind when he went with the other. Hooded. Hodded? Is that a typo? Hooded men. You don't see that often. Hey, whatever. It's a occult level upgrade. Yeah, a little bit. Put me up to 3. I leveled myself up to a little bit as it was. Another. Now I can read this with some knowledge.
I can't read Latin.
More points for occultism. Nope. Oh, just a second. I gotta check this. 1 moment, viewer. Fucking telemarketers. Anyway. That book was just a cult piece, I'm assuming. Knowledge books, yeah. Like when they tell me what they are, don't just drop it. Thank you. Annotated Bible. An old Bible, numerous passages have been overwritten or annotated. Strange way to study the Holy Scriptures. Or it's just older than your Bible. Yeah, this is exactly like the dream, except these doors were chained before. They're locked still, and there was nobody here before. It was definitely not cultists in my dream. Faceless people in masks is what there was. But it's almost, the layout is damn near the same as the tutorial space or his dream sequence. If that's the case, then there's something in the water. And I probably shouldn't investigate, but I'm kind of curious. There's nothing. I was kind of hoping they'd show something there. Guess not. In his dream, he saw an island over there. Small patch of rocks that moved when we got close to it. The layout's a little different. I would have ducked on my own, man. You didn't have to do that for me. I also witnessed the cop, or a cop with no face, get shot, so I don't think he's going to survive this.
You who sleeps, accept this dreamer under your immortal wing.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Fatagan.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body and yours may be one.
Oh. It's the other side of where I was.
Padk Cthulhu Bithinkor.
Grant him your mind and accept his, so that his mind and yours.
Grant him your mind and accept his, so that his mind is yours and may be gone.
Yeloig Padk Cthulhu Loigna.
Grant him your dreams and accept his, so that the paths of your souls finally...
I feel him.
Shh. You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you.
I'm following the path we went.
Oh, you who sleep, bring me more
in the dream.
Your return into the kingdom of the earth.
Dead?
Well, no shit.
This ritual killed him. Where's the sense in that?
I'm sure the ones who survived probably become a member of the cult somehow.
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
This is how I left, I think. Oh man, it was kinda. This is actually how we got caught, but this is the only other door that I'm aware of from the dream. Mm-hmm. I'm expecting him to have fish faces underneath. Like a deep one. Yep. Just like in the dream. Do not confront them. You don't do well.
I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit.
Shit.
You're dead now.
Don't move! Police!
Get him. The fuck? Yep, see? Deep ones.
I won't hesitate.
Bradley, get back! Get back!
You asked for it.
You can't kill him. Oh, that is Charles. So he definitely survived the fire. Oh, that's the first vibration my controller's ever had. Holy fuck balls. Scared the shit out of me. I don't know if that's the psychosis that's supposed to be hitting me, but my controller is vibrating harder than I've ever felt it vibrate in the history of owning this thing. Jesus. Okay, we got to get the fuck out of here. You could probably hear that. Kill my batteries. Okay, I'm actually navigating this. Thankfully, it's pretty directed. Nope. I ain't making it out of there. Jesus. That hurt my hands a little.
My leg.
For real? Oh, no, I'm fine. Okay. I'm like, I can't see my body, so how do you know? At least I was still able to make it out. I was a cultist crushed. I highly doubt that Charles is dead. Still, I mean, obviously because I've seen him. But I mean, I highly doubt that he was captured by this cave-in. The bigger question is what caused that?
At last.
Oh, Jesus. Of course. That scared me too. Boy, them jump vibrations, man. They use them so far and few between. Chapter 5, the Riverside Institute, which I'm probably going to take a break from this. I've been doing this for 3 hours. Pierce and Officer Bradley followed the intruder into the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by a Charles Hawkins, the Charles Hawkins, or a version of him, I guess. I don't know why I put A there. Very much alive. Oh, I get why. Because I didn't finish the sentence. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by a Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him. No, he didn't. Well, sort of. But Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer as he tried to escape from him. Pierce found himself prisoner of a rockfall, rushed to the Riverside Institute. He is in critical state. So somebody found me, is what they're saying. Well, that's good to know. That's where I'm going to probably end this. Of course, this load sequence is going to take a minute because everything takes for a while for this game. These levels are fucking massive and detailed, and the amount of stuff that you do and have to do with them between load chapters, so which is good. There it goes. But I've been doing this for about 3 hours. I don't want to beat this entire thing in one sitting, and no, I'm not, but at the same time, I could. Either way, let's see what leads into this. Enter the madness. And we're part of the Institute. Now you know shit's gonna get freaky. We did see something that would cause your mind to snap in these games, traditionally in the role-playing game and stuff. Why am I tied down like this? What the fuck? That's good drugs. It's that doctor from the photo. I assumed a doctor because he had circle glasses. I mean, I suppose that's a stereotype.
He will survive. Strong.
And she looks so greasy. Oh yeah. Nope, you're losing your shit.
He's opening his eyes. He saved him, Fuller. I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
He's alive?
What did you do to me? Undo these straps.
Whoa, go easy, my friend.
Dad.
Yeah.
He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too. We were dead. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No.
I saw him get disemboweled. But at the same time, you don't know what you see, and he's... I like that. But I'm pretty sure he was dead.
What happened to me?
Well...
Where am I?
They certainly think I'm gonna harm myself. And why are they pumping that fucking green gas in here, see? Permanent insanity. They're not helping anything. Either way, I'm gonna pause this before too much starts going, so... I love that image of Cthulhu above me here. That's awesomeness. But I hope you guys enjoy this as you've seen what you have seen. It's a lot, and it's gonna get picked up. That's why I kind of wanted to make sure we got all the way to a point of some shit happening in the first one, because from here forward, I don't know how much crazy is gonna happen or what, but we'll see. But I knew if I made multiple back-to-back live episodes of me researching and hunting for the family, they'd be like, no, there's no way. Get it all out in one episode. I was hoping it would take less than 3 hours, but hey, from here forward, shit should get interesting. A little research. It's still an investigatory thing. That's just the point. It's like playing Vampire the Masquerade. It's all about politics. Well, Cthulhu stuff is all about research and lore. So, either way, I hope you all enjoyed this, and if you did, then I will see you all as we try to figure out why we're in this asylum, why we're not dead, and what actually happened in the next one. Have a great day.